How on earth are you going to know that you're parking more than 18 inches? Parking while black now?
Let's talk about what just happened. That phrase, parking while black, isn't just sarcasm, it's a loaded accusation. It points to a much deeper frustration with the way minor infractions are used to justify major interventions, especially in communities of color. Have you ever felt like you were being watched or judged for simply existing in a certain space?
Are you embarrassed to be with your mom? Okay.
I separate
Got it.
family and spectators.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Hardy.
Good morning, how you doing?
Mr. Hardy, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail.
This is where the case really begins. Probable cause is a constitutional cornerstone. It's supposed to protect people from unreasonable searches. But was being slightly away from the curb enough reason to start this chain of events? Or was this officer already expecting to find something? Think about it. When does law enforcement cross from lawful to excessive?
Jail and/or a $2,000 fine. Shh. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
On November 22nd, 2024, the officer observed the defendant's vehicle parked more than 18 inches from a curb on a public roadway in the right lane of a two-way road in Harris County, Texas. While the officer ran the motor vehicle, the passenger side door opened, a black female exited, and the female approached the patrol vehicle. The officer made contact with the female and observed a strong odor of marijuana emanating from the female. The officer made contact with the defendant, the driver of the vehicle, and observed a strong odor of marijuana and had the defendant exit the motor vehicle. A PC search was conducted and the officer located 3.5 in the driver's side door and one blue package with Oops All Berry on the front containing green leafy substance on the rear driver's side floorboard, one red package with Fruity Pebbles on the front containing a green leafy substance in the back seat, and two clear plastic baggies containing green leafy substance under the front right passenger seat. The officer also observed one burnt marijuana cigar behind the front passenger seat and one small chunk of loose green leafy substance in between the driver's seat and the door. The green leafy substance was identified as marijuana based on training experience, and the weight was 54 grams or 1.9 ounces.
Okay, now we've got 54 grams, just under 2 ounces of marijuana found throughout the car. That's not nothing. But here's the real legal question. Is it enough to prove intent to distribute, or is it still considered personal use? And were the driver's rights still respected in how this evidence was obtained? This is where the legal gray zone begins to widen.
He was doing what that was wrong?
So he was parked more than 18 inches from the curb on the right lane of a two-way road. So he was out.
On earth are you going to know that you're parking more than 18 inches? What time of day or night was this?
Your Honor.
And there it is again, the emotional anchor of this entire moment. When someone says parking while black, they're not just throwing around words, they're voicing the reality that even the smallest actions can be disproportionately policed when race is in the equation. It's a painful reminder of how trust between communities and law enforcement can be fractured over something as small as a few inches of parking space.
Is it parking while black now? Come on.
Yeah. Your Honor, there's no time listed. It just says the officer was on patrol around the 3518 block of Arbor Glen Drive when he observed the vehicle parked more than 18 inches from the curb.
And so he goes up to the car because of that?
No, Your Honor, a female passenger side exited the passenger side and approached their vehicle, and he observed a marijuana from
But because he comes up to them. Right? Stop. Are you losing?
The officer wrote as he ran the vehicle, presumably the license plate.
Right, he pulls him over.
They were already parked on the side of the road 18 inches from the curb, and he came, I guess, parked behind, and he was running the vehicle, and then the passenger side door opened, a black female exited and approached his vehicle, the patrol vehicle, and he observed an odor of marijuana on the female, and then he made contact with the driver, where he observed marijuana odor.
Let's slow this down. The car was already parked. No one was speeding, swerving, or violating any obvious laws. Then the passenger voluntarily approaches the officer, and suddenly, we have a full search and discovery of drugs. Now ask yourself, was this a legal search? or just a lucky break masked by a technicality? These moments raise serious questions about how policing thresholds are applied and to whom.
In the vehicle. So the female approached the patrol vehicle.
Show me in the penal code that code. What is the penal code for that?
Regarding the 18 inches from the curb, sir, is that the
Yeah.
issue of what we're talking about?
Yeah, because they come to him because he comes to them. Right, they're just parked. He comes to them. It's got to be a transportation code, not penal code, you know?
And Your Honor, regarding the timeline of events, it does appear that when they were parked that distance away, which could be arguably further, I don't know what it looked like at that time, but the female passenger is the one who exited first, and that was before officers ever made contact with them. So I don't know if you were thinking that the officers approached them first, but I just wanted to clarify that she approached first.
What time of day or night was this?
Trying to see that, Your Honor, give me a second. Is it 4 in the morning?
And Your Honor, I
4 in the
found,
morning.
4:30 a.m.
And you can delineate at 4 in the morning that parking 18 inches from a curb.
and I found the regulation, the statute in the
Mhm.
transportation code where it says you have to park within 18 inches.
At 4 in the morning, you can tell.
Your Honor, the officer was,
Yeah.
yes.
I don't think so. All right, I'm going to find no probable cause.
Yes,
All
Judge.
Guys, be careful, right? You know, they're always out there. Just be careful. Do something with your life. Knowledge is power. Get into school, get an education, do something with your life. Life is hard as it is.
Yeah.
And it only gets more difficult the older you get. All right?
That's it. The judge rules, no probable cause. That means all the evidence, all the marijuana, everything found during the search may no longer hold up in court.
Okay, guys, please.
And we'll be sure to call the officer on this case to
Whatever you need.
understand why he did in fact pull them over for this amount of space.